It's too early. I don't know what time it is. We're on our way to Miami.
Appreciate your cooperation this morning and welcome aboard.
Bienvenidos from Miami. Waiting for our train. We got about a 2-hour layover. Just gonna hang out. I'm gonna get some Nathan's.
Laptop computers. Secure smaller handheld devices in your hand or seat pocket.
Hello from Haiti. It's hot. Really hot. This is Patrick. It's real hot in Haiti, right? I should have shaved my head. Well, we're loading up the JP2 mobile. This is how we're getting to camp. I'm not sure how that's going to work yet, but it's going to be fun. So we brought a bunch of donations and stuff for the base. Then we're going to wait a couple hours for the girls to get here on their flight, and then we'll load this bad boy up.
That track? Whole city goes up. Right.
Hey everybody. About a 5-hour canter ride later, we finally made it to the base. I am super exhausted. But what I want to do during this time when I'm in Haiti is just kind of every day kind of do a breakdown. So you've already seen kind of what we did today. Obviously today was just a travel day, and the canter was an experience. But just driving through Port-au-Prince and then for so many hours through Haiti and just kind of seeing firsthand what true poverty looks like and what true suffering looks like has really just kind of gotten me thinking. I'm not entirely sure why I'm here, to be honest. I don't really do well with culture shock and things like that. So I'm struggling with like having figuring out why God put me here, specifically in a third world country of Haiti, when I don't know the language, and I very much don't think that I'll be able to relate to the people here. So just kind of thinking about that, and then just looking at the poverty in the area has just kind of gotten me thinking just about God's plan and how they often don't make sense. They don't. I mean, a lot of the times what we think is right is not for God, and He wants to give us something better. So just kind of approaching this couple of days, this week or so, with an open mind and being ready to just dive in, literally dive in, because you can probably hear the ocean in the background right now. The base is right on the Atlantic Ocean. So, and there's my bed. Somewhere in the darkness is my hammock. I chose to skip the mosquito-infested and very hot and stuffy cabin for the open air. We'll see how that goes if I continue to do that through these next couple days. Yeah, so other than the brutally long car ride, things are pretty cool, and I will give you guys a check-in on the base as we go through the week. Alright, so that's day one. I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning. So last night I went to bed and it was very dark and I didn't know what was around me. I knew the ocean was somewhere in the general vicinity through the tree line. Then I woke up this morning in my hammock to this view. And I was pretty dang excited. Hey everybody, day 2 just wrapped up. Getting ready to say night prayer tonight. It's been better. I think yesterday was a little bit overwhelming. A couple of decently long flights and a very, very long ride in that big rickety canter, which car sickness in me does not like. So it was a nerve-wracking day, and I think just kind of driving through the extreme poverty in Haiti, and you saw a little bit of it. It's overwhelming, and then just being here today at camp has been good because it's been a lot of the same routine. You know, we did Holy Hour at 2 o'clock like Life Team does on Tuesday or Thursdays. We went to Mass. It was all in Creole, and I didn't understand most of it. We went to Mass, and it was beautiful. You know, being able to know where we were, because you know our Catholic faith is like a kind of a universal language. And so understanding that, and then, you know, I got to paint a room that one of the missionaries will be living in a couple of weeks, which is really exciting for her and for me to be able to make an impact in even just a little way. I got to be in the ocean, and I love being in the ocean. I just love sitting there, and I wish that I had a good camera, because just the way that the sun was setting behind these mountains, and there was just these huge rolling white clouds over this beach, and it was just it was so pretty, and I can't do it justice with this phone camera. Just take my word for it. It was one of the most beautiful views I've ever seen in my life. And so just doing all this today has just been pretty rewarding, and just kind of finally getting to understand a little bit more about why I'm here, and what Life Team does. And what Life Team does is, like I said, it's universal. You know, we can come to this place that none of us speak the language, and none of us really know what we're doing or why we're here. But we kind of all have the same routine. We all have the same kind of life that we live. And it's really cool that even, you know, thousands of miles away from where I'm from, and hundreds of miles away from where Cocrest and Hidden Lake are, and where we do our camp stuff, they're doing the same thing down here with the same results, and really helping to lead teenagers closer to Jesus, which is beautiful. So tomorrow we're going to go to the Basilica. I'm hoping to get some really cool videos there, or maybe it's a cathedral. Either a cathedral or basilica, I'm not sure. We'll find out. And we're going to go visit a prison. So Corporal Works of Mercy, here we come. It's going to be interesting. So that's all from day 2. I'll see you tomorrow on Friday. Bye. So today was cool. We took about a 45-minute ride to a nearby town where there is a cathedral, not a basilica. I was wrong yesterday. A really pretty building, and we spent a little time there, just at the rectory, ate lunch, and then we went to a local prison. And there were probably 8 or 9 cells, all 15 by 15 feet. I mean, little things, and there were 15, 20, sometimes 30 people in each cell. So there were a lot of people stacked deep, and that's, you know, where they were. We just got a chance to kind of go up to them and put our hands to the bars and shake their hands, and we told jokes, and we sang songs, and we just kind of learned about their lives, and learned about, you know, their kids, and if they had families, and it was like nothing I'd ever done before. I'd been to a prison before, I think with a class in like 6th grade, but it was nothing like that, and it was such a humbling experience, just to see these men who were in jail, and they were still so happy, and they had, you know, literally nothing. Most of them didn't even have shirts, partly because it was so hot in the jail cells. There was no air conditioning or anything like that. And up until a few years ago, when they got the new chaplain in, they didn't even have roofs. So when it rained on some of the cells, it would rain on them. So it was just so incredible to see how much joy they still had just in, a couple people rolling up and singing songs and just spending time with them. And then we got to go back and play with some kids and just some neighbor village kids, and they were we were throwing them up in the air and just playing thumb wrestle with them and trying to speak Creole. I know almost nothing, and it was just so bizarre. A little kid would come up and tug you on the arm and try and speak Creole, and I'd just shake my head, but all I did was just pick him up and throw him, and suddenly you got 15 kids surrounding you, and they all just want to be held and loved and just hung out with. And I think that was a really cool way to just kind of experience Jesus today. We ended the day with adoration, and then I built a little tent because it might rain tonight, and I've been sleeping in my hammock. So we put up a little tarp, and now I'm gonna go check into that, and hopefully it doesn't rain, because if it does, we're gonna get wet even with the tarp up. So tomorrow is going to be, I think, my favorite day here. Tomorrow we're going to get to hang out with some of the teens and do a life night, and it's going to be really cool. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow, and I'll see you guys then. All right. So today has been by far my favorite day. Just is a life night. So basically, it's a little different if you're used to Life Teen back in the U.S. A Life Night here only happens about once a month, and there are different things every single time. So just today, what happened was about 10 o'clock. A couple of guys rolled up and a couple of girls, and we split up into guys and girls time, and we got to share testimonies. So we heard one of the Haitian guys talk about his experience with his parents who weren't married, practiced voodoo, and how he, just by being invited into church, came to be Catholic, and ended up having his grandmother baptized, which was really cool. And then got to hear PJ's testimony, one of our missionaries who lives at Hidden Lake, one that I've heard a few times, but it's always very good. Then we got to play soccer with little kids, which was a blast. The ball wasn't even inflated. We were just kicking around basically this flat piece of plastic, but it was great. And then we had a little miniature dance party, and they put on the Life Night, which this month, I guess, was a talent show for admins. So people were rapping and singing and dancing and doing all kinds of different things, and it was just really fun. This was we had a lot of chill time, so then we got to go down to the beach and all hang out, and we had a bonfire and food. We had they caught a fish this morning, pulled it out of the Atlantic, and they had it fried for lunch, and it was the best fish I've ever eaten in my life. Just a really, really fun day, and this was kind of what I was most excited for, was getting to just be with these teenagers. Some of them were kids, as young as 2 or 3. Some of them were 18, 19, 20 years old, who had worked at camp before and things like that, and it was really cool. So yeah, this was definitely my favorite day. Just a lot of fun, a lot of just being with these teens and these kids, and being able to hang out with the community. Tomorrow's Sunday, so we're going to Mass at the cathedral, and apparently Masses are at minimum 2 hours here, so it's going to be interesting. 2 hours of no English, which is going to be fun. And there's going to be a lot of stuff going on, concerts and feasts and a lot of different things that they weren't exactly clear about, but it sounds like it's going to be another fun day. So excited for that. Saturday's been the best day so far, and I can't wait to see what else the rest of the week has. So I'll see you tomorrow. Hey, so today was Sunday. Pretty quiet day. We just went to Mass early on. It was a pretty long Mass. It was about 2.5 hours all told. We had some announcements and stuff afterwards, some dancing. It was pretty cool. But yeah, just kind of hung out, went to the beach for a little bit, stayed in the hammock most of the day, just chilled with everybody, which was nice. Just thinking about it a little bit more about Halfway Point. I think just the big reason I'm here is just for thankfulness. I don't think I'd ever be thankful for 20-degree weather in Ohio in December, but I definitely miss it right now. I would much rather have that than this 85 and humid. At least I would, and I'm thankful for being able to walk on pavement and not on stones, and I'm thankful for being able to go to sleep every night without having to worry about bugs and rats and lizards and all kinds of other things that can attack you in the night, outside or inside. We had a couple people get some pretty good bug bites last night, and apparently a rat was spotted somewhere. So just being thankful for the things I have, and kind of realizing that there's a lot of people in the world that don't live as cushy as I live, even the life of a missionary, where money is not really a thing for me. But I still have a lot of luxuries that most people in the world can't afford. So I think that's a big reason why I'm here. Tomorrow we're going to go visit a monastery and have a pretty nice day of prayer. So that'll be interesting. We'll see how that goes. All right, and I'll see you tomorrow. Hey, so Monday just wrapped up. It was cool. We went up to a monastery up in the mountains. Really pretty views, and we had what we call a desert day, which is basically just for a couple hours, don't talk, just be in silence and be in prayer, and just be able to do some things like that. So I read a little bit of my Bible, read some books. They have perpetual adoration. The sisters do. They're the sisters of Jesus in the Eucharist with the Immaculate Heart of Mary and Saint Joseph. Like, it's the longest name on the face of the planet. It was an incredibly long name for their order or whatever. But they have perpetual adoration, and they were very nice to let us be able to join in with them in that. And then we had a little bit of time just to kind of pray together in song, and prayed over the island of Haiti as a whole, which was really cool. And then came back, and we heard some stories from the full-time people that live here in Haiti, and just kind of their experience and what led them to this place, and how they've dealt with it so far. And it's a really cool thing, and it's cool to watch. A lot of people are starting to maybe feel called to Haiti. I don't think that I'm one of them. Famous last words, but just kind of watch people's hearts turn from the beginning of the week to what they are now. Which is really nice. Tomorrow is the beginning of the Year of Mercy, which is the feast, the year that the Pope has declared, kind of the theme for the liturgical year 2016. So we're going to get to go to a really cool ceremony with the bishop, and the bishop, hopefully we'll talk a little bit more about it tomorrow, but the bishop himself was the one that invited Life Team to Haiti to serve at this place, so he's a pretty big deal for the missionaries. So it'll be fun to see him tomorrow, do some work projects, some home visits, and really see what it's like totally to live as a Life Team missionary in Haiti. So that'll be cool, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey, finishing up Tuesday? I think it's Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. Just had a fairly quiet day. Did some work projects again. Did a little painting in one of the rooms, which was nice. And then we went to the other basilica, John the Baptist, and had Mass with the bishop. Earlier in the day he stopped by and said hello. He's awesome. He was the guy that basically initiated Life Team coming here. It was a very good friend of John Paul II, now Saint John Paul II. Had many private audiences with him and had lunch with him all the time. And so it was really cool to see him and meet him, and he gave me a personal blessing. It was really neat. And then we had Mass for the beginning of the Year of Mercy, and it was about 2 hours and 45 minutes, so I am very tired, and I didn't understand pretty much a single word of it. It's interesting going to Mass in different language, because you kind of catch on some of the parts, but you kind of lose interest fairly quickly, because you don't understand the homily, you don't understand the readings, and that kind of thing. So it's a nice time to just kind of be and pray. But it was a very pretty church. And yeah, so we got back and had a cake for one of the kids that live here. It was their birthday. So just a fairly chill day. Tomorrow is chock full of stuff. It's our last day before we take the 3 o'clock ride to the airport, and then 3 a.m. ride to the airport, and begin the long journey home. So we're leaving about 3 o'clock on Thursday morning, and hopefully we'll be home by midnight, maybe. So that's going to be an adventure for sure. But one more day tomorrow, and I'll see you soon, and we'll wrap up this trip to Haiti. It's been interesting. It's been an experience. I'm excited to kind of debrief it tomorrow, and I'll just kind of give you the big overview of my feelings on what's going on here and all that stuff. So I'll see you tomorrow. Hey everybody, a little early for the last one, in the day anyway. Usually I do this at night. I wanted to give you a view of our beach. Super great. Anyway, today was a really cool day. We did some work projects like we have been for the last couple of days. Just made up some bags for the coffee that they sell here. And then we got to do a home visit with one of the people that live in the community. Her name is Olivia. She is originally from Port-au-Prince. She's 76, and she lives by herself, doesn't have any kids. And we went over to her house, and she was just so excited. Like, she was just really fired up that we were there. And her house was, I mean, I've seen closets bigger than her house. It was very small. It was basically just a bed and a chair, and that was about it. But she invited us in, and she was so happy to see us, and she was so joyful. The lady can barely walk. She comes to all the events that Life Team puts on, all the masses and prayer times and all that. It almost kills her, literally almost kills her every time, just to walk, I think, maybe a block, basically, what amounts to the length of a normal city block. Probably even smaller than that, a shorter distance. So she's got a very, very injured back. But we got to go to her house and read some Bible verses with her, and she was just so excited. She told us about her life, and it was a really, really, really cool experience. And as I film this now, we will be leaving in about 10 hours. I can't lie, I will tell you that I'm very excited to go home. Haiti's been awesome, and there are definitely a lot of things I won't miss about Haiti. I won't miss the smell, which is unique, let's just put it that way. I won't miss some interesting food and a lot of repetition in food. I won't miss going to bed every night and wondering how many more mosquito bites I'm going to wake up with. But I will definitely miss the people. They're just some of the most genuine, kind people that I've ever met, and they don't have anything to give really, and they give everything that they have, if that makes sense. Like, they're just a very, very poor people, but they are ready to share at the drop of a hat. They're ready to welcome you into their homes. They're ready to welcome you into their lives. They're very expressive, and it's a great thing. They're very just a beautiful, beautiful race of people that live on this island. Obviously this nation's been through a lot, especially in the last few years. Hurricanes and earthquakes and all kinds of things like that. And before the earthquake, Haiti was the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere, and it got poorer. Now most people live on $1 a day, maybe less. Probably one of the most hospitable places I've ever been in my life. The people are amazing. I mean, look at that view. Like, it's beautiful. It's such a beautiful country, and I guess the only way I could describe it is just like it's paradise in poverty. And there's not a lot we can do. At least it feels like that. But I mean, definitely continue to pray for Haiti. I think I mentioned it before, but I want to invite everybody at 10/22, which is the feast day of John Paul II, October 22nd, 10/22. Every morning, the whole Life Team community stops and prays a Hail Mary, just for the well-being of this nation and for the people and for being so welcoming. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned it before, but I guess I just want to formally invite everybody to set an alarm on their phone or make a note on their calendars or something, and just to pray for Haiti, because it definitely needs it. These people have shown me so much about gratitude and thankfulness and just the way that I live, and it's been really wonderful. Yeah, so this has been a very difficult week. It's been a very eye-opening week. It's been a very emotional week. It's been a very long week, and I'm ready for my bed and a cheeseburger, and I'll have that pretty soon, so when we go home tomorrow. But I definitely won't be forgetting anytime soon these people or this country. And every time I pray a little Hail Mary at 10/22, I think it's going to feel a little bit more personal. It's going to feel a little bit better because I know the people that I'm praying for, and I understand at least a little bit of their plight. If you want more information about Haiti, there's tons of it on the Life Team website, but please feel free to email me. Let me know what questions you have, and if you feel called to come here, even if it's just for a couple of days or if it's for a long-term missionary time, they are looking for people that would to come. So let me know if you have any interest in that. Let me know if you have any more questions. I'd love to get you in contact with people who can answer more fully, because this is definitely a place that's worth seeing. It's definitely a place that's worth being in for Life Team. And I think that's the biggest question that was answered for me is, was Life Team making a difference here? And the answer is yes. The answer is definitely yes. Life Team is making a difference here, but most importantly, God's making a difference here. So that's all I've got. 10 more hours and I'll be on a flight back to Miami, and hopefully by midnight on Thursday we'll be back at Hidden Lake. And from there, it'll be a little bit of a whirlwind. You'll probably have read more about that in the email that comes out with this video. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll just leave you with this view because I think it's pretty cool.